Joining us right now on the Squawk News line to talk about what to make of all of this is Mike Novogratz. He's the founder, the chairman, and the CEO of Galaxy Digital. And Mike, what do you think? You've been watching this stuff for a long time. Seeing this activity today, would you be somebody who's stepping in to buy at these levels, or would you still be waiting to see?
You know, we probably do get a bounce at one point today because fears at max level. You know, I think Trump did not do a great job of massaging our fears last night.
We've been saying for a fear days that fear is at max level, and we've been proven wrong every time.
That's true. It's true. And listen, you know, we've never really had a global, complete economic shutdown, and so you kind of have to throw a little bit the old paradigm out. You know, you look at how far things have moved from moving averages, how, you know, the VIX and everything else. It feels to me like we're getting closer. You got to be awfully brave and awfully small to dip your toe in here. You're seeing a breakdown. I mean, the cryptocurrency markets are down 20 to 30% today. And so, you know, Bitcoin, which, you know, had been working for a while as a hedge against, you know, debasement of monetary policy and, you know, fiscal profligacy, now it's just get me out. And so, in almost every asset class, you're seeing wholesale liquidation. When it ends, you know, I'm not sure. Like I said, it feels today we probably do get one bounce because I think the Fed comes in with 100 relatively soon, either, you know, pre-meeting or certainly at the meeting, at their next meeting. ECB disappointed a little bit today, but we'll see in the press conference. I think they're going to provide as much liquidity as they can.
Hey, Mike, sorry, go ahead.
No, that was it.
You said that you'd have to be brave today to be dipping your toe in. Are you dipping your toe in anywhere?
You know, a tiny bit. Listen, I look, you know, the Nikkei's down at 17,500. You kind of takes it all the way back to 2014, 15. They're going to come in with their move next week, and I'm guessing they're going to buy a ton of stocks as the central bank. And so, you know, when you have markets that fall 40%, 35%, 30%, you normally get some bounce.
What concerns do you have, if any, about just the stability of the markets? We're hearing that some markets are getting stretched in areas, including even the Treasury market.
Listen, the Treasury market yesterday, or the last 3 days, was wild. I mean, the 530 yield curve, which is relatively stable, moved 50 basis points back and forth, just in essence like a velociraptor devouring people's P&Ls. And so we'll watch that really closely today. Currency markets, you know, you've got currencies like the Norwegian kroner and Mexican peso, anything tied to oil, have had their worst week in 10 years. Again, all of this stuff looks like it's at zenith panic levels or are pretty damn stretched.
Were you surprised to see the ECB not cut rates, and what does that mean?
I was. I think they realized cutting rates wasn't going to do much, 10 basis points, and so they're going to, I think, come out with, much more aggressive, much more aggressive repos and liquidity for the system. And we'll see what else they buy. And there's a lot of pressure. I think you're going to see a handoff here to fiscal. I mean, there was a story today that Merkel was open-minded to breaking the budget. And so I think what you're really looking at in Europe is, will Germans open up the checkbook and start, writing big checks? That would be promising.
What fiscal moves would you like to see here? You heard the president outlining some of his plans, including a payroll tax cut.
Yeah, I think unfortunately here a little bit it feels that you're going to have to see the Fed cut. You're going to have to see a much more aggressive, fiscal, and you're going to see the Democrats are going to, get on board or not get on board. Right? We're in an election year. There's no love lost between Pelosi and Trump, and you got to see a little bit better. And maybe just a little more time leadership around the panic that's just starting here.
Mike,
right?
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, I do think if you look at the other countries that have gone through this, China being the best case because they started earliest, the virus does come and go after a period of time as long as you take, precautionary measures. And so I don't think it's the end of the world. Mm-hmm. But New Yorkers were, packed in restaurants this weekend. The theaters were packed, and all of a sudden, it's a big shock. My kid's getting sent home from school. He's a senior. They were all bitching last night. And, so there's an emotional shock that everyone's going through right now that I think is translating into the market.